Anomalies detected along the track indicated. Assess better than 80% probability of stealth mines in the area. Recommend avoidance course now.
Desjani held up a hand to acknowledge the report, then gazed at Geary. Her eyes filled with admiration. Geary realized that the eyes of the other officers and sailors on the bridge reflected the same amazement, as well as the hero worship he really hated seeing, even after months of it.
How did you know, Captain Geary?
It was just too obvious. The warship's positioned far enough from the jump point to avoid incoming enemies, but close enough to warn off friendly shipping. Then that course they took, which seemed aimed at taking us through a certain area when we pursued.
He left off something they both knew, that if this fleet had been the same one he'd brought into Corvus, most of his ships would be rushing headlong into that minefield right now, instead of only 4 lighter units. The widespread formation of the Alliance fleet began bending in the middle as the nearest ships reacted to the order. Then, as the order reached farther ships, they responded too. The overall image almost resembled a manta ray, Geary realized, flexing up in the middle with the wings still drooping lower. He waited, seeing the 3 destroyers and the cruiser maintaining their courses, as if the pursuit was all that mattered. Geary checked the time. 5 minutes had passed. Give it 1 minute for the order to arrive at the speed of light, then another minute for him to finally see whatever course change the ship started. That left 3 minutes, which was way too slow a response in an emergency.
Analyze, Baselert, Mace, Cuirass. Alter course upward immediately. Maximum turn. We've detected a minefield across your tracks. Acknowledge order and start turn immediately. How far away are they from those anomalies?
On current track? They'll be among them in 30 seconds.
Desjani had seen a lot of Alliance ships die, a lot of Alliance sailors die, in her fairly short career. Geary had only gradually learned that, and realized that now she was drawing on her experience to numb herself to what seemed inevitable. 30 seconds. Too late to even try broadcasting another order. Geary knew some of the commanding officers in his fleet weren't really qualified for command. Knew that many others still clung to the idea of all-out glorious charges into the enemy without hesitation or thinking. It would be a long time before he could, hopefully, teach those warriors the value of fighting wisely as well as bravely. But even knowing that, Geary wondered what insanity had led those 4 captains to ignore his orders and his warning about the minefield. Their minds must be fixed on their chosen targets, oblivious to anything else as they tried to close to engagement range. Maybe the ships would survive in the minefield long enough for another warning to work.
Analyze, Baselert, Mace, Cuirass. This is the fleet commander. You are entering a confirmed minefield. Alter course up immediately. Maximum turn.
They were entering the minefield now, he knew. The light from the 4 ships was half a minute old, so the ships that he could see proud and intact were already in the minefield, and might already have hit mines. All he could do was stare at the display, waiting for the inevitable, knowing there was nothing that could save the crews of those ships now but an actual miracle. He prayed silently, wishing for that miracle. It didn't happen. Exactly 1 minute, 7 seconds after Desjani's warning, Geary saw his display reporting multiple explosions as the 3 destroyers leading the charge ran into the dense minefield. The small, relatively frail destroyers simply disintegrated under the hammer blows of the mines, shattering into fragments of men, women, and ships that the smart fuses of unexploded mines simply ignored. A few seconds after that, Geary saw the cuirass finally trying to turn. It was far too late, though, as momentum carried the cruiser into the mines. One punched a crater amidships. Then a second blew away a good part of the stern. Then the optical sensors on the Dauntless momentarily lost sight of the cruiser, as the debris field from it and the destroyers blocked the view of the destruction. Geary licked lips suddenly gone dry, thinking of the sailors who'd just died to no purpose.